Today you'll be doing the worksheet that was given to you by the sub, and if you didn't get one or for some reason the sub didn't show up, you can do this on the slide and turn it in digitally, but I would prefer it on paper. When you get finished, make sure your first and last name is on it, and it is in the box with your class period over by the wall. So if you remember, surface area, which SA stands for, is how much paper it takes to wrap that object, or the area of each side. So we're going to have to find the area of this cylinder. If you don't have this paper that's on the side over here, that's your formulas, you can get it at the top pocket of the black hanging thing on the wall that says Johnson. You can grab one. Don't leave it on my floor. So if you're looking at this first one of this cylinder, you have a circle here, and then there's a circle on the bottom you can't see the whole thing of. Those two circles are the same. And then wrapped around is like a rectangle wrapped around in the middle. So to find the surface area, you got to find every part, and that's what it looks like undone. Okay, flattened out and undone. If we took a Coke can, slid it down the middle, unwrapped it, that's what it would look like. So we have a circle here, and it's 7 inches, and this circle is the same. And then we have this rectangle that's 11 inches. High, and the length of it here is what it takes to go around this circle, and that's called our circumference. So we have to go, and if you look, their circumference, does it show you what the circumference is? The circumference equals 2 pi r, 2 times the radius times pi. So in this case, the radius is 7, so 2 times that is 14 pi. That is the length of that rectangle. So we have to find the area of each thing and add them all together. So remember, you have to show your work. If you do not show your work, I'm not giving you credit for doing it. So write down what you put in your calculator. So the first thing is we have to find the area of the circle. So we have circle area is right here. Oh, here's the circumference too. So circle area is right here, pi r squared. So we have 7 squared times pi. So 49 pi. We're just going to leave it like pi right now. But we have 2 of those because we have 2 circles. So we're going to put 2 times 49 in our calculator. And you get 98. Leave pi as pi right now. Okay, now we're going to have to find the area of now this rectangle. Okay, so we're going to go, that's just length times width, base times height. So 14 pi times 11. So 14 times 11 is 154 pi. Now we're going to add those. So we're going to add 154 plus 98. That gives you 252 pi. And if you want to, you can hit 252 times pi on your calculator, and you get 791.7. And both of those are inches squared because it's the surface area. We just figured out, and circle your answers for me though in case they get lost. We just figured out how to tell how much wrapping paper we need or how much paint we need to cover that. So the volume is now what fits in it. How much soup can I fit in that can? So the volume for a circle is right here. Volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height. So my radius is 7. My height of this cylinder is 11. So we're going to go pi times 7 squared times 11. You can just put that in your calculator. Hit the pi button, times 7x squared, that squares that 7, times 11. And you get 169 point, let me write that correctly, 169.3, and this is inches cubed because it is the volume. So I want you to take what we did on this one and put it on the next cylinder and do that. Now we're going to go to the prism. There are 4 prisms. If you look carefully, you have to have 2 bases that are the same. So my bases are down here. On these, my bases are in the same spot. And the bases on this one are this one, and it's back there in the back are the same. And then this is my base back here. They're just laid over. Okay, so you got to find your bases. So on this one, we have a 2 by 6 rectangle for our surface area. So we have to, and we have 2 of those. We have the one down here and one here, okay? So to find the area of this one and this one, we're going to go 2 by 6, that's 12, but we have 2 of them. So we get 24. Keep that. That's our bases, okay? And then we have to find all the rectangles. So there's a rectangle over here, there's one right there, there's one right there, and there's one in the back. So if you look carefully, these in the front and back are 6 by 12. There's 2 of them. So 6 times 12 gives you 72, but we have 2 of them. We have the front panel and the back panel. So that times 2 gives you 144. And then the side ones are 2 by 12, because this side is 2, this height is still 12. So 2 times 12, it gives you 24, and there's 2 of them. There's one on this side and there's one over on this side. So times 2 is 48. Now you add 24 plus 144 plus 44. You can put that in your calculator. And that's going to be 216 feet squared. This is the area. Surface area, I'm going to say, is a lot more work than your volume. You have to visualize how many faces you have. That's the sides of the 3D structure and how they're measured, and then just add them up. That's the easiest way. So now for your volume, I'm going to erase all that. We still have the same amount of sides and all that. But for your volume, if you look over here, it's any prism. Okay, now there's different kind of prisms. We have this capital B. Capital B means the area of the base. So you may have to know how to find the area. In this case, our base is a 2 by 6 rectangle. We have one here and we have one here. Okay, but we know it's a 2 by 6 rectangle. It's not a square because our dimensions aren't the same. So that's capital B. So volume equals capital B times the H. And the H is the height of the whole prism. So what we have to do is to find the area of the base, we got to go 2 by 6 times the height. So 2 times 6 is 12 times 12, and you get 144 feet cubed. So you're going to do that for each one of these. For this one, you have a 4 by 16, if you can't see it clearly. 4 by 9 by 16, so that's 4 there. You're going to have to figure out the area of the top and bottom, the area of all 4 sides around, then add them up for your surface area, then do capital B times H, which is just 9 times 4 times 16 to get your volume. So you're going to do that for those 3. Now if you look at the last 3, those are also prisms, but they're triangular prisms. And we'll worry about that in just a minute, but we got to find our surface area first. So the bases, it's laid over on its side. My bases are triangles. There's one in the front and there's one in the back, and they're exactly the same. So if we find the area of my triangle, that's 1/2 base times height. Remember, our base and height make a right angle. And do you have that on there? Right here. Our base and height always make a right angle. So 1/2 base on height. So 1/2 times 12 times 9. So if you put that in your calculator, 0.5 times 12 times 9, you get 54. But there's two of those. You have the front one and you have the one in the back. So multiply that times 2 to get your two triangles. We're looking for our surface area right now. So we have to find the area of all the surface and add it together. Now you have this triangle right here, rectangle right here that's a 15 by 6. To find that area, you go 15 times 6 and you get 90. Then we have this back rectangle, this one in the back here. And this is 6 because of this right here. And then you have 9. So you have 6 by 9. So 6 times 9 is 54. And then you have this bottom rectangle. So my triangular ones are not always the same. So you have this bottom rectangle. It's a 6 by 12. Remember, we're finding the rectangle. You're not taking half. That's only for a triangle. So 6 times 12, you get 72. Now you're going to add this one, this one, this one, and this one. And you're going to get 324 inches squared. For the prism, we know that it's, for the volume, we know it's capital B times H. Since it's a triangular prism, my capital B is the area of the base, which is this. And then this extra height right here is the height of the whole thing. So if I'm looking at this, my base times height of the triangle is 9 times 12. And you get 108. Don't forget your 1/2 right there. And the height of the whole thing is 6. We didn't need, we needed 15 right here. That's the only time we use that 15. So 6 is the height of the prism. Remember, this is laying on its side. If the triangle was on the bottom, then 6 would be how tall it is. So now you're going to go 0.5 times 108 times 6. And you get 324 inches squared. If this was a piece of cheese, a cheese wedge, that would be how much cheese is on the inside. So you're going to do that for all 3 of these. But for these are not right triangles. For if I'm looking at this and these are going to be my bases, they're just kind of laid over on its side again, okay? So if I need my base and height of my triangle, my base is this, my height is that for the triangle. 13 would be used for this rectangle. You'd have a 13 by 14. And for the one on the side, so on this side over here, you'd have a 13 by 14. But the one on the bottom, that one back here, would be a 10 by 14. Add all those up. You know, you have 2 of these bases, so don't forget. And for your 1/2 capital B times H, your capital, I'm sorry, it's not 1/2. Capital B times H, your capital B is 1/2, 10 times 12, times the height of your prism. It's laid over on its side. There it is. Same thing, you did this third one the same way. 5 is only used for these 2 side rectangles. 4 is my height of the triangle. 6 is my base of the triangle. 11 is the height of the prism. Now, if you need to come back and listen to what I just explained, when you get to this problem, do that. Once you get done with this, you do it to the best of your ability. Even if you aren't finished, I want you to turn it in, even if you're not finished, with your first and last name on it in the correct basket over there by the wall. You don't have a bell ringer and you don't have a cool down.